ब्रेक के बाद आपका स्वागत है और चलिए अब आपको सीधे ले चलते हैं फ्रांस, जहां पर अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप और प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के बीच ये बातचीत हो रही है। जी सम्मेलन G7 देशों का जो सम्मेलन है वो चल रहा है और इससे इतर दोनों के बीच ये मुलाकात हो रही है।
Along with President Trump, we also keep talking about the different bilateral issues between us.
Mr. Modi, would you like to have President Trump be involved in negotiating between Pakistan and India?
भारत और पाकिस्तान के सारे इश्यू बायलेटरल हैं और इसलिए हम दुनिया के किसी भी देश को इनके लिए कष्ट नहीं देते हैं और मुझे विश्वास है कि भारत और पाकिस्तान जो 1947 के पहले एक ही थे, हम मिलजुल करके हमारी समस्याओं पर चर्चा भी कर सकते हैं और समाधान भी कर सकते हैं।
India and Pakistan have all the issues are of bilateral nature, and we do not want to give pains to any country in the world to in fact try to do anything in this, because these issues are bilateral. And I trust that before 1947, when we were one country, that even afterwards we can find solutions through discussions.
Mr. President, is that offer still on the table?
I'm here. I have a very good relationship with both gentlemen, and I'm here. If for any reason, but I think they can do it themselves very well. They've been doing it for a long time.
President, the Chinese have said today publicly that it's more low-level calls that have happened, and they're downplaying the significance of the calls of the U.S. administration.
I don't know what you mean by that. Low level? The vice premier is low level? I don't think so. I mean, it's in your mind they're low level. What is the position of the gentleman that was quoted in the newspaper today?
Right. Well, the Vice Premier, Leo He, came out with a very significant statement, and we've been communicating through intermediaries back and forth with him.
Who's the vice premier of China?
Yes, sir, I understand.
That's not low level.
I understand, I agree. I was just, there was a statement that the spokesman for the Foreign Ministry, for
I
instance, said
don't
they
know
weren't
about his
aware
spokesman.
of the calls happening.
I don't know about as far as
There's been communication going back.
at the
Thank you,
highest
sir.
level.
Thank you, Mr.
At
President.
the highest level.
Can you clarify the calls, Mr. Minister?
No, I don't want to.
We don't want to go into. We don't want to go into.
Hey, look, in the meantime, our country is doing great. We're doing great. The Prime Minister just congratulated me. Everybody that's met has congratulated us on the job we're doing in the United States with our economy. Our economy is phenomenal, best it's ever been. And that's despite the trade deals. And when the trade deals get done, like we did with Japan yesterday, we did a really big, tremendous trade deal with Japan. And we have others coming. We're negotiating now in earnest with the European Union because they want to do that. They want to do that, and I do too. So we have, when we get these deals done, our country will be transformed. I mean, it'll be monetarily transformed. It's such a difference between the horrible, horrible one-sided deals that we had in the past. And frankly, past administrations should be ashamed of themselves for allowing that. But we have many of them. One of them is the USMCA, Mexico-Canada. And hopefully that'll get voted on very quickly. Everybody wants it to happen, so hopefully we can make that a bipartisan bill. But we have many trade deals that are doing very well, and including China. And I think it was necessary to go through this, you would say a rough patch, but I'd say maybe much more than a rough patch. But that's okay, because we've been paid billions and billions of dollars. And you know that prices haven't gone up, and there's been no inflation. And we've put a lot of money in the Treasury, and tens of billions of dollars. And I've given a lot of it to the farmers that were hurt. I've been able to give a lot of money, compliments of China, to the farmers that were hurt, because we gave them 16 billion and we gave them 12 billion the year before. That made them whole. That was the amount of money that China didn't invest in our farmers, give to our farmers. So the farmers have been amazing, but they're very happy with the job we're doing. But eventually they're going to be the biggest, or one of the biggest beneficiaries. Okay?
President, did you attend the climate session?
Say it?
Did you make it to the climate session? Were there any conclusions that you took away
I'm
from
going
it?
to. In fact, it's going to be our next session. So we haven't had it.
Do you have a message that you'd like to deliver to?
No, I want clean air and clean water. And we're right now having the cleanest air and cleanest water on the planet. But that's what I want. I want absolutely clean air and clean water.
Mr. President, just briefly back on China, we saw the comments from you about wanting calm.
Calm.
Calm, exactly. Just wondering if you could clarify what you meant about the call. Was that with Lighthizer?
I don't want to talk about calls. We've had calls. We've had calls at the highest levels. But I don't want to talk about that. But the vice chairman put out a statement last night that was a statement and saying that he wants to make a deal and he wants calm. And I think it's a very good word to use. Calm. It's not a word that I use that often. But it's a good word to use. And I think it's one of the reasons that's a great country. I mean, they understand. I think that that message also helps with respect to Hong Kong. I really do. I think it makes it easier for Hong Kong to do something. And I think that President Xi will do something with Hong Kong. I really think that message is a good message with respect to what the ultimate outcome is in Hong Kong. Very, very positive message. And we appreciated it. We appreciated it. What else? Anything else?
Mr. President, what are your latest thoughts on your threat on pulling out of the WTO? And if you do, can I also ask Mr. President Modi what your response to that in terms of how it will affect India's trade strategy?
Well, we haven't been happy with the WTO, but now we're winning cases. We won the big Airbus case, as you know. And it's a tremendous case. I mean, it's billions of dollars. That was a very recent victory, and we're winning cases now. And we're being treated more fairly now in the WTO, which we appreciate.
मुझे लगता है कि हम दोनों को बात करने दीजिए, हम दोनों बात करते रहेंगे, जब जरूरत पड़ेगी आप लोगों को जरूर जानकारी पहुंचाएंगे.
He actually speaks very good English, we just don't want to talk about it.
I feel that you should let us discuss these things, and when we feel the need, we will communicate to you.
Mr. President, Russia has just recently said they have no intention of asking to be readmitted to the G7. However,
No, I wouldn't expect they'd ask, because why would he's a proud man, he's done a real job, and why would he ask? No, it's something we discussed, and it's under discussion now, no votes or anything, but I would be inclined to say yes, and so would others, and some probably wouldn't be, but it's just a discussion. No, I would think that he wouldn't do that because he's a proud man. He wouldn't ask, but if something would happen, he would be asked, and I'm sure he would say yes to that.
do you have any indication from them that they would accept?
No, I think it was a very good discussion. It was the initial discussion, but it was a very good discussion. But I think it would be appropriate. I think it would be good for Russia. I think it would be good for everybody. I think it would be a positive. But it's just a discussion that we had. It was a very interesting discussion and very, I think, pretty even. I think ultimately people like the idea.
Mr. President, what would be your message?
लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स के लिए दबाना न भूलें बेल आइकन और सब्सक्राइब करें हमारा यूट्यूब चैनल।